Hello. I'm making a video about stuff. I'm gonna give you a little tour. This is a tire pile. This is a tire pile for building for the next season. And this is the gate to enter into my sovereign domain, which is going to be, or is, a community. Right now I'm the only human of the community. There's other animals, but there's going to be openings for other humans also to join the community. So here's the gateway we're entering, and for this season, the plan is to transform the current foundation into a castle. And to do that, well, here's a little view. This is what it looks like right now. Looks like a castle, right? Some trees and tires pretty close together. And there's brush wall. Use brush wall and tire walls to make boundaries. And so the castle needs 2 towers in order to become a castle. And the big tower is going to be right here, going all the way down to the bottom of the tree right there, and over to here. This whole area right here is going to be a big tower rising up here. About the top of it will be about the level of the phone. And then it's going to connect over to that little tunnel thing over there, which is where the water reservoir is. So it'll be a tower, then there'll be an entry gateway thing, and then the tunnel will connect over to there. So currently this is the entrance. There's a back entrance tunnel over there, and that'll get connected to a woodshed. And here's a little view of expansion area, where after the castle is built, there can be a whole community out here. Eventually, maybe the year after. So this is a water cistern, which isn't set up yet because it's clearly not insulated. And it's going to connect through here over to the front tower, community tower. It's going to be a community tower that can sustain at least 3 people and have their own community space. This is the first room that I built 3 years ago. There's the one room here with the greenhouse out front, and has a green roof. It's got some tires and plastic on it now, so it's not very green. But this is the entryway. The cement mixer is hibernating. And there's a boat over there, which is great for storage and could maybe be a little guest quarters because it's got a whole cabin and everything. And there's a little hangout place there. We'll go over there in a second. And then this is the area. This is like the front of the first greenhouse, and then the roof of the living room. And so far, it hasn't really been a problem. The fact that it's just a valley right there. But there'll be a roof mount system by the next winter, so that it can handle various feet of snow. This is going to be a water feature here. It's already kind of a water feature, but it's going to be maybe a drawbridge. Haven't really decided yet, but there'll be a water feature, tires here, and a koi pond there. And a little security too. Here's the door. This will be a door. Right now it's just a blanket, and it's a little frozen too. But this is a let's see, vertical maybe. This is, what is this? This is the entry room, and it connects everything, so it's kind of a funky room, but it connects. That's the outhouse right there, and then over here is the greenhouse up in there. The chickens are hanging out in there because it's so snowy, so I let them in here, otherwise I leave them out. So there's in the front of the living room, which is this greenhouse area, and it creates a buffer zone. Like right now it's really warm in here, and also That PVC pipe is not really necessary, but I put it up there when there was like a foot of snow. Also, it protects the front face from wind, which goes a long way for heat. And then I'll take this little easel out of here and have, oh, this is all garden space, so it'll fill up and get a lot of production out of that. And and this is looking the other way. That was all brown. I'm not sure what all that white on there is actually from. Maybe, I don't really know. Some sort of natural process. So then here's looking down here. There's a little bit of paint. There's a lot of work to do because it's all unfinished pretty much. I get things to like usable level, and then I don't really finish most things. But it's all very usable. Maybe someone will enter my life who likes to finish things. So there's the front door. It's got just an insulation panel. There's a light above it, so we get light out here. The outhouse has these bottles in the wall, which bring lots of light during the late hours. This is going outside into this will all be the castle courtyard area. So that's the chicken coop. Right now it's so snowy that they haven't been in there. And some messy storage. This is where we were just looking at before. And then the boat. The boat here is, here's a good view. Another view of the overlook. Oh boy. This whole area here. It's unclaimed terra nullius. It was land that got quarried by the town, and they extracted the resources and the rocks, and they left it pretty much bare. They planted a little bit of weeds and stuff, but they claim to own it. But if you know your stuff, land ownership is a fiction, and so this is all just unused land ready to be occupied and put to use by sustainable people. And so anyways, here's the boat. That's the end of the current tire wall. And I can give you a little view into the boat if you're interested. It's a boat. I don't know if you can see. There's a cabin in the front, and then this whole area is just storage right now, but it could be a nice little single apartment type thing. Little sleeper cell. This is a great tree right here. This one. It's very valuable for its beingness. Okay, we're coming up into the courtyard. This is a raised bed right here. This is a tire wall, which helps to change the contour of the land, and I use the tire walls because this whole castle, it's a ninja castle, so you're getting a view to the inside, but from the outside of the ninja castle, it doesn't look like a castle, it just looks like a hill overgrown with weeds, and that's very purposefully that way, but you get the inside look. And so we'll go a little higher up on the courtyard here. This over here is going to be the location of tower number 2, or the small tower. And you can see I've already got the foundations sort of set. You can see the one tire anyways. So this will be a little tower. You'll enter through here, and there'll be a little staircase, and it'll go down, and there'll be a back access to get up here, up into the courtyard. And you can sort of see the town from here, or it's not really a town, but anyways, the neighbors. And the horses are the closest neighbors. And there's some fruit trees right about here. And this is like a little hangout area. And most of this dirt here, and here's sort of the front view. There's a lot of work to do in that little room there. And there's a lot of work to do. You can see there's little, I don't know if you can see it, but on top of that little piece of wood sticking up, the little metal thing you might see, that's a wireless repeater, so that there's great 4G service up here. And all this dirt that I'm standing on right now, it's like 2 feet tall of dirt. All that's going to come out. It'll go into the tire walls and for gardening, so that this whole area up here will be flattened onto this area. And then there'll be raised beds, gardening, berry patch, fruit trees. I'll add some more fruit trees. There'll be the tower right there, and then this will all be flat, sort of hangout area with food production. I'll take a little look over here. This is my bedroom. So, like, there's the bed, and then underneath, you'll see on the inside. This room is sort of like a back area room, which connects to the bedroom, and it's got a lot of work left to do, but I'll insulate it before the next winter. And this will be a different structure with probably a big raised bed and maybe like a greenhouse type covering thing on here. Not quite sure yet, but that'll enclose like this side and then insulate the ground. Okay, and now we'll go into the house. This is another planter cell, which needs a little bit of work. Take a little peek through here. If you're agile, you can make your way through here, and a 5-gallon bucket fits really well. And in here, there's this little back area of storage, and this could actually be, in the future, you could like build something in here. This cool little access port thing. And now, we'll go inside. Now the cooler is being used as a fridge. In the winter all the ice is free, but we might actually get a 12-volt fridge before the next year. This is all the tool storage and firewood. Got another half of a cord coming. Go through probably 2 cords of firewood a year, 2 to 3. It's decent. It's kind of messy. I didn't clean it all. Hopefully it's not fogging the screen also, because it just fogged my glasses. There's Leo with his tail wagging and Spartacus right there. And the kitchen, dirty dishes, pantry, kitchen area. And yeah, there's another little tunnel back here that goes around to the greenhouse. I like tunnels. And of course, like everything else, it has more finish work to do, but if I went through there, you'd see the greenhouse on the other side. And this is a stove, and this light is really bright. So this is, oh, there's Apollo chilling up there. This is a fish tank right in front of a big planter cell. Another fish tank up there. And you can see the planter cell from over here. This planter cell is about roughly 3 feet deep, so it's got a lot of soil in there. Kitty's loving life up here. And there's water collection coming from in between these 2 roofs. And it's pressurized with the pump. And you follow the hose over to the pressure tank here. And this is like a hallway. At one point, this structure here was a separate woodshed without a door or anything on it in the first year. And this was the first room with the greenhouse connected, and the wood stove is right here, heating a little water. And in here, this is the first room that I slept in for the first winter. The fish tank used to be there. Now it's kind of an office, and maybe it'll transform. Might turn into a bathroom because we got this whole shower situation going on here. Got a hot water heater. It's just got a few things to go through. This will move, and then there's a shower curtain rod there, and we'll have to do some waterproofing and staining to make that work. And then there's actually this little planter cell here on the front, which I'm not using right now, but in the summertime works pretty well. Another planter cell over here. This tree is doing great. There's actually two trees here. This one that's really out in front of us here is an avocado tree, which might make its first fruit this year, but probably not. We'll see. And then the other one there's a lemon tree, and that planter cell there is open to the ground, so there's nothing separating it. Right now, the cold is getting in, and so it's their winter time. Anyways, we got some storage in here. For a while I slept under this thing. That was like my bed under there. Our first year. And storage and stuff. Again, the wood stove. Chimney goes right up through here. And up through the ceiling. Chimney. Batteries are over here. We got two batteries, a battery charger which hooks up to the generator if the batteries run out. Got the inverter drawing 61 watts. I don't know what they're drawing from right now. I'll have to look at that. This is all energy stuff. Charge controller. All the light switches are basically on dimming switches. Well, this is actually for the fan. And that turns on a little convection fan here. Blows on the wood stove. And here's another water collection here, which this is going to end up getting plumbed over to that big old water cistern through that black one there. Right now, the orange cold water pressurized goes over to the sink. There's another one of the oranges will go over to the water storage, and the other one will be for hot water for the sink. There's a hot water heater connected to a shower, which right now just goes right here, and it kind of works. It has worked. Sometimes it doesn't like working. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it explodes, and all the while it's very extreme. We got a little fan up here, flag fan, little air circulation. And in here, this was a bedroom, and the windows go out to that other room that I pointed out before. So right now this isn't really being used. I used it as wood storage for a little bit, and it's pretty easy to turn into a bedroom. Just put a bed up there, and dresser, and stuff in here. And then there's my bedroom over here. So there's that bed with the windows. Underneath here is Lewis's bed, little sitting area, and some armoires, weapons, and more weapons. And then this is like a back door to that back room, which this door is totally fallen apart, and I've just barely kept it alive. But once the cold winter's over and I get a door on that back room, I'll just drop kick this door right out, and that'll be that. So that's pretty much what we got going on here. Let me think for a minute if there's anything else to show you. No, that's all. Oh, no, that's all. Okay, bye.